Good afternoon. It's Friday, March 27th, and I know I didn't post yesterday, but I have a legit reason. Okay, so my friend that lives across the hall, she had a virus this week, and it's the kind of like you have to use the bathroom a lot virus, and yeah, you know what I mean. So, unfortunately, I got like a tiny bit of it, and so, yesterday I was just watching what I was eating, and I was basically just really groggy and took a nap for like 6 hours because I needed it. So that means that during the time I would have made my video, I was sleeping, and I don't think you would have wanted to see a video of me sleeping because that would have been really boring. So to spare you, I made it today instead, where I'm feeling much better, and yeah. So, Demi, let me say, I want to be the first to congratulate you on making the longest video ever. I mean, not to say I'd not enjoy listening to you, but you totally made videos way longer than any of the ones that I've ever made before. So, yeah, you get the prize now, you get the prize. Air high five. But as a grandma, I will say that you did a very convincing job, and I could totally see you as being a grandma, being old. We could play bridge together. I need to learn how to play bridge, but I love card games, so I'm assuming I'd like it. But I'd totally play bridge with you. And I don't know, it's weird. Like, you said how you sometimes feel like a grandma. I also sometimes feel like, I'm a grandma. Like, I go to bed earlier than most college students would, aka at like 12:30. And, you know, I eat well. I don't know why that would make me a grandma. Whatever. But sometimes I feel like I would be more of a grandma than, say, other people. But it's here's the thing. I took a quiz on Facebook, which I know I can't really, like, base much off of this because it is, after all, like, some guy made it, so, like, whatever. But it was like, yeah, find out what age you really are. I'm like, okay, sure. I'll probably say I'm a grandma, haha. And then it was like, nope, you're 16. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. But I also want to point out to you, Demi, that you called Katie Johanna again. You said Katie's name when you're like, see you tomorrow, Kate. Or shoot, see, I did it wrong. See you tomorrow, Johanna. Oh, Katie. Oops. So yeah, man, you just must be forgetting about Katie a lot lately. If this is the second time you've messed up her name. But speaking of Katie, your impersonation of a grandma, hilarious. Hilarious. I could see you, like, getting, like, a British accent and being, like, one of those, like, crazy British old grandmas and stuff like that, yeah. With your, Nick, if any of us had to be a cat lady, I could see you, just because the way you were acting with your bunny rabbit was kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, maybe part of it was, like, the dark, sketchy camera angle where we were, like, seeing your face up close and personal and stuff, and it was really dark and kind of weird looking, and then you're like, look at my rabbit's face, isn't it cute? And it was, like, you know, that close, and we could barely see anything. It's a little weird. I mean, I know you love your rabbit, Katie, but it's just funny to see how people, act around their animals. Anyway. This week we had a competition, freshman competition for architecture. They judged our projects. We were asked to find what is two-ness, what makes something TWO, two, out of Bristol board, no more, no less. Yeah, right, vague. Someone interpreted this as a squirrel. Yes, right? Okay, so they had a squirrel, they cut it out, and then with the part that they cut out, they dangled, like, the tail portion of the squirrel and, like, wrapped it up and made, like, a bone. So, like, the skeleton of the squirrel was dangling by the tail attached to the cut-out squirrel. It was really weird. I was like, yeah, okay, that's one way to say two-ness of something. not exactly my first choice, but I was surprised. Another person took a more simple route and just cut the paper in half and, like, slapped it up on the wall and they're like, done. And I'm like, okay. That one did not win, nor did the squirrel, and nor did mine for that matter, but, I still liked how mine turned out. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm not going to, and I'm going to post pictures and you guys can just look at them online. But I did get complimented by a 5th year architecture student who dropped by my desk and left a little note. So that was kind of nice. But yep, and then I got sick yesterday and I'm feeling better, so that's pretty much this end of the week. I will say that, Emily, where have you been? Come on, it's been like couple weeks too many of not seeing you. This is unacceptable. We are going to have to lay on harder challenges and you are going to have to make your videos. Yeah, I want to see your face. Okay? Okay. Sounds good. So, I think that wraps this up. I will say goodbye. I hope to see Emily on Monday. This is me tisking you like Katie did. And have a lovely weekend, girls.